everybody, welcome to collegecandy.com. It's Caitlin. Today I want to talk to you about moles, and since we're still kind of on a spring break kick, people are getting back from spring break, people have spring break through April, I think. So I wanted to talk to you about moles and the ABCDEs of moles. You may have heard about this from your dermatologist, but it's really, really important that you check your moles and you know if they're changing so you can get it looked at if you notice something is different. It could be skin cancer, it could be just, changing and it's benign. So you definitely want to pay attention to your body and, your moles and freckles and stuff and protect yourself from possibly getting skin cancer. So I'm going to go through these steps with you so you can check your moles and make sure that you're going to the dermatologist at least once a year or from your regular doctor and getting a full body check by your doctor. First one is A. A stands for asymmetry, which means that if your moles are not symmetrical and round, then you need to probably get it checked out. Most moles are pretty symmetrical. They aren't funky shaped or anything like that. They're not bigger on one side. So if you're noticing that you have a mole that's become asymmetrical over time, that's a sign that you need to get it looked at. B stands for border, which means that the edges of your moles should be completely even. If you are noticing rigid edges or uneven, irregular edges, that's another sign you need to get this mole looked at. C stands for color. Your moles are typically supposed to be an even shade of brown. So if you're noticing that they're changing color or, going from light brown to dark brown or even black, I would be really aware of that. You need to get it looked at if it's starting to change color. D stands for diameter. Most moles are typically small, usually about 6 millimeters in diameter. That's really small. But, if you notice that a mole is growing or if you have one already that is larger than the tip of a pencil eraser. I don't have a pencil, but it's about the same size as the end of a pen. And it's going to look a little bit bigger here. But this is typically big for a mole. Usually they're smaller. So if you're noticing that it's growing or changing size, then definitely get that checked out as well. A recent addition to the ABCDs of moles and melanoma is evolving. Any kind of change that you're noticing, you should probably look into it because, they can change at any time. They can change if you're not in the sun. They can change if you are in the sun. So just be aware of that. If you're noticing any kind of change, that you need to get it looked at. This being said, I do want to give you a quick rundown on what it's like to have a mole removed. I have had one removed. I'm probably going to have to get another one removed in the next couple months because it is changing. And it's not a pleasant experience, but luckily for me, I'm okay and nothing was wrong. But I want to show you. This is where I had a mole, and it's still brown. It's kind of been growing back, but it was about the size of a pencil eraser, so that's, definitely large. And I noticed that it had been changing color, so I definitely wanted to get it checked out. And, they scraped it off, and actually they kind of dug it out. What they do is they'll numb the area that they're taking the mole off from, and they will scoop it out with this little blade. It's really gross. I have kind of a little divot in my arm. And then they will send it off to lab and get it biopsied, and you will know in a few days to a week what the results are. And so that was kind of an interesting waiting game. I was really freaked out because I knew I hadn't been wearing my sunscreen and I had been tanning a lot, and I was worried that something bad was going to happen. But thankfully I got it checked out and everything was fine and it wasn't anything to worry about. But just keep in mind these things when, you're going to the tanning bed or you're going to the beach. I've already told you about wearing sunscreen and how to prevent a sunburn and what you can do to treat it. But I don't want anybody to have to end up in this situation of getting skin cancer. I want you all to be informed, and that's what this is about. So please, please, please take the time to get your skin checked, wear your sunscreen, pay attention to what your body's telling you because it gives you signs for things, especially if something is wrong, and if you don't listen to it, something bad can happen. So please be aware and be safe, for me at least. That's it for my ABCDEs of moles. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you have any tips and stuff for sun protection as well, leave them in the comments also. And as always, suggestions are welcome. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next week.